All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Green Bay Packers rookie Edgerrin Cooper back from injury and back with the vengeance. Cooper has come into this Green Bay defense off the injured list and is making play after play. This kid is a superstar, a heat-seeking missile at the linebacker position, and we'll break down everything he's doing so well for this Pack defense. As always, if you appreciate this content, give us a like, give us any comments with any feedback you might have. But without further ado, let's jump into the film. All right, we're going to open up with a blitz situation with Cooper. There he is right there in the middle of your screen. He's lined up in the A gap, walked up. We've got a double A gap look right here. You've got Cooper in this A gap. You've got Quay Walker right here in this other A gap. When you hear double A gap blitz or double A gap blitz look on broadcast, this is what they're talking about right here. Both linebackers walked up. Here the Green Bay Packers come up with a really interesting design. They have Quay Walker drop back into coverage at the snap, and they have Cooper right here blast into 70 and take Gary all the way around to try and get pressure on the quarterback. How this is supposed to work is Quay Walker dropping into coverage. 51 has to step over there immediately in case Quay Walker blitzes. Gary then comes around, replaces, while Cooper basically has a pick play on 70. Cooper does such a good job. This is great teamwork. He actually ends up getting the sack as well. Nice rep from the rookie. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see Quay Walker dropping into coverage. 51, the center had to work to his right. Let's look at Cooper right here. He fires into 70, picks 70. Gary gets to come around, but the running back does a good job. The center ends up picking up Gary right there. Plays basically dead in terms of Rashawn Gary's thought. He doesn't get pressure, but Cooper does such a good job. He comes through the trash and makes the sack. This happens sometimes on these blitz situations like this when you're the guy trying to be basically the blocker on the stunt. Sometimes, even though you're throwing the block to open it up for someone else, sometimes you break free. That's what happens with Cooper here, and he makes a play. And this was Edgerrin Cooper. This was the goal when the Packers drafted him, to be a playmaker for this defense. That's exactly what he's become. All right, from the wide copy, watch him right here in the middle of your screen. Fire into the guard right there. Does a good job picking him. But there, the Seahawks give some credit. They pick up Gary. But Cooper, again, works through the trash, works through the guard, gets to the quarterback, gets him on the ground. Nice play all around from Edgerrin Cooper. Again, speed, athleticism. But I love the fact he's a team guy, willing to throw his body in there to pick an offensive lineman to open things up for your teammate, and then have the wherewithal to fight through and make the sack. Nice play. All right, later in the game now, there's Cooper right there on the right side of your screen. The Seahawks are just going to try and run some power football here. This is a duo concept. What I mean by duo is we're going to get double teams. So the left guard and the center, double team here, working up to linebacker. We're going to get double team between the right guard and the tackle, working up to linebacker there, left tackle working out. And then the tight ends and receivers, everyone's inserting right here. Running back's going to try and take this path, either run through that hole or jump out through here. Now you can see by all these bodies, I mean, look at this mess of green. There's a lot of ugly looking green right there. This is a lot of traffic to sort through. Cooper does such a good job navigating it and making the play. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the double teams inside right there. You can see the play's designed to go right through all this trash. Look at all these tight ends and receivers inserts, just a mess of humanity. Watch 56 just navigate all this so calmly. Wait for the crease, jump through everyone, make the tackle, good form tackle. Elite linebacking play. Again, no one blocks him, no one picks him up. So someone screwed up here for the Seattle Seahawks. They kind of got two guys on one. But let's give some credit to Edgerrin Cooper. I love linebackers that can navigate trash. So many linebackers, especially young guys, they try and jump around blocks, or they kind of get caught in garbage, or they back up because they're worried about, jumping in the wrong hole. But Cooper does such a good job. He sees right here, crease open up, jump through it, make the play. Because it's one of those things they teach linebackers, right? If a hole opens up for you as a linebacker, that means it probably opened up for the running back too, and that's where he's going for. You go to that hole, you make the play. That's exactly what happened here with Cooper.
Yeah, Nick, and I think here is a perfect example of we hear the old adage back and better than ever. That's exactly what Cooper has done this game. This year, Cooper has done a lot of great stuff. He's had some really highly rated games. He's had some ups, he's had some downs. Coming back from injury, though, he has scored out this highest PFF grade of the entire season, by far over 10 points over his next best grade with a 93.8 defensive grade by Cooper here versus the Seahawks. Really great stuff from him, and I'm glad to see him come back from injury stronger than he ever was before.
All right, next play there is Edgerrin Cooper right there, of course, on the right side of your screen, number 56. This is a really cool strategy by the Green Bay Packers defensively. They're going to do a gap assignment swap right here. So what I mean by that is 96 right here for Green Bay. He's lined up in a really tight three technique, but he basically, by alignment, has this gap. 45 by alignment has this gap. 93 has this gap. Edgerrin Cooper has this gap, right? That's the gap assignment by alignment inside. The Packers kind of mix it up a little bit. They actually have 93 slant aside this way across the center, and have 45 react quickly just like this. And then they fire Edgerrin Cooper right here through the B gap. Basically, this is a really destructive way to blow up offenses because if it was a run this way, the running back would see this guy slant, he'd bounce and either bounce into Cooper or right into 45 filling. So it's a really great strategy. Now it ends up not being a run, ends up being a play action, and Cooper just wreck shop again. Heat-seeking missile extraordinaire from Edgerrin Cooper. Let's check it out. There's some motion. There's a snap right there. You can see 93 jump to the left, 45 jump over. That's that gap assignment swap I was talking about. 56 Cooper just fires, gets past everyone, past the center trying to pick him up, gets into Geno Smith, pressure on the quarterback. Actually ends up tweaking Geno Smith's ankle right there. Again, they talked about on the broadcast, that's no foul. That's good, clean football. Quarterback's jumping out of the way of the sack. Nothing you can do there as a defender. Good play by Edgerrin Cooper. Again, athletic play, north and south with a lot of speed. Put his foot in the ground and then just run through everyone. Make a play on the quarterback. Clean pressure. This is great stuff. Again, heat-seeking missile, playmaker, whatever you want to call him, destroyer of offenses, right? That's what Edgerrin Cooper is very quickly becoming. He had a great game against the Seahawks, but I tell you what, Packers fans, there's going to be a lot more to come. All right, from the wide copy, watch Cooper jump through the line of scrimmage, just jump through all this trash. I mean, look at all these green jerseys right here that Cooper flies through. You have the center trying to peel off and pick them. You got the running back running through. Cooper just flies through everything and gets pressure on the quarterback. Great playmakers just find a way to get to the football, right? There are some guys that are great athletes, great speed, physical freaks. They just can't get their way to the football. It just happens sometimes. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an instinct thing. I don't know if it's just a not in the film room thing. But Cooper's just one of these guys that has just a nose for the football. It's such a cliche, but it's true with 56. He finds a way to make plays for this defense, and this is a great example of it. All right, now for something I've never seen before. So there's Cooper right there in the middle of your screen. This is going to be an inside zone concept for the Seattle Seahawks right here. So what's going to happen is we're going to get basically zone double teams here, working up to linebacker, right tackle, working out. We're going to get zone double team right here, working up to Cooper. We're going to get tight end working out this way, and then this other tight end looping around just like this. Running back's going to work this way. Then he has a chance to cut it back if he sees an opportunity. He's basically reading Cooper in this double team. Let me clean up some of this mess right here. He's basically reading this double team right here in Cooper. If they get movement and get this dislocated, he'll cut back this way. If this offensive line gets these guys cut off, he'll stick with it play side just like this. So he's basically watching Cooper. If Cooper flows this way, running back goes that way, and vice versa. Cooper does one of the most incredible things I've ever seen here in terms of making the play. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see the inside zone concept there across the board. You can see the tight end 88 inserting right there. You can see the zone double teams left guard center, right guard, right tackle. And you can see 56 Cooper sliding over to the right. There's that cutback lane right there. Natural cutback chance for a really big hole. Cooper right here, when I watched this the first time, I'm like, too aggressive. Right there, too much, right? You committed too much. You opened up a cutback lane. He's such a good athlete that he doubles back and makes a play for like a 2-yard gain. I mean, this is just something you can't teach, right? This is just playmaking ability, nose for the football, whatever the heck you want to call it. Just right here, foot in the ground, nope, jump around, make the tackle. Incredible stuff. Like you don't see guys do this in the National Football League, right? You'll see this sometimes in college against inferior competition where some of these just elite athletes are better than guys. You know, when Texas A&M plays Vanderbilt or something like that, nothing against Vanderbilt, but I mean, that happens sometimes. You don't see this in the NFL. Linebacker makes 2 steps wrong. That's a 20-yard run the other way. Not with Cooper. He changes the math, and this plays an example of it right here.
Yeah, Nick, and I think the strong point about Cooper this game is he played well in all 3 phases of the game. He was good in run defense, he was good in pass rush, he was good in coverage. He made impact plays in all as well. I'll cover the other 2 first. In pass rush, able to get a sack, get 3 total pressures this game. In coverage, able to get a pass breakup and an interception. But in the run defense game, as we saw here, impact plays, what are those? Those are stops. Those are stops. PFF records those as plays that are a failure for the offense, as we see right here. I would consider this a failed run for the offense. Cooper gets 4 of those in this game. The most he's gotten before that this season is 2. He's usually averaging 1 to 2 per game. This game he was able to get 4. Absolutely killing it in the playmaking ability for Cooper.
All right, time for another ridiculous play from Edgerrin Cooper, who's right there on the right side of your screen. So the Seattle Seahawks come up with a really clever design. You can see they have number 11, Jackson Smith and Jigba right there lined up. And you can see they've got another receiver split right there, right off the edge of your screen. They got running back, fullback right there. They got another guy in motion like this, right? So what's going to happen is they're basically going to run just a bunch of clear outs, right? Have everybody clear out all this space right here. And they're going to have these 3 offensive linemen, the 2 guards, and the center, sell pass, and then go out and screen for a lead block and have Jackson Smith and Jigba go behind the clear outs and then go behind the blockers, right? It is a genius design. This is an awesome play, and it should have been a touchdown or at least a really big play for the Seattle Seahawks. But let's watch Edgerrin Cooper single-handedly just navigate through all of that and make a great tackle in the open field against a great player. Let's check it out. All right, we get the motion. We get the snap. You can see the clear outs right there. You can see the offensive lineman release into the screen. There's Jackson Smith and Jigba right there trying to get behind the offensive line. Another Green Bay Packer defensive lineman. Who's that? 96. Good job right there fighting through the trash. Has a chance to make the play, but he can't make it. And you can see right here, there's a chance right here for Jackson Smith and Jigba to work around through 25 to get north and south. But Cooper right here just navigates through all of this trash, recognizes, reacts, makes a great open field tackle. It doesn't look like much because it looks like there's a lot of Packers around the football, and there really are, right? It's really well defended, really well coached by Green Bay. But the reality is, this is such a good design. And right here, if 63 did a halfway decent job, if Cooper's not there, this is probably a touchdown because 11 for Seattle is a great player. But Edgerrin Cooper, this is just what he does. He finds a way to make plays almost every single down. Every single time you watch his tape, all he does is make plays, whether he's rushing the passer, in the run game, intercepting passes, defending passes, making open field tackles. 56 can do it all. What a weapon. All right, from the wide copy, you can really appreciate it. Watch Cooper right there as the Seattle Seahawks just basically run all these clearouts. Look at all these clearouts. They're threatening everything deep, then have Jackson Smith and Jigba run underneath. And right here, this is what I'm talking about. If they get one decent block on 25, look at all this green grass, right? This is a foot race right here to the goal line. And there's Quay Walker's the only guy who can make the play, and he unfortunately got hurt on this one. But Cooper, again, navigates through everything, almost falls down, still navigates through everything, makes a tackle. Incredible play from the rookie. All right, we've sung a lot of Cooper's praises, and there he is right there in the middle of your screen, but this is an example of something he needs to work on. So the Seattle Seahawks are going to do a kind of pin and pull outside run here this direction, just like this. They're going to have the tackle block down. They're going to have the tight end. You can't really see him. He's going to block down, and they're going to pull both these offensive linemen, the right guard and the center, around to kind of lead past these down blocks. Cooper right here has two opportunities. He can either scrape horizontally and make the play or shoot the gap. Now, he's a playmaker, so he likes to shoot the gap. Unfortunately, he ends up falling flat on his face. Doesn't hurt the Packers too much. His teammates bail him out, but this is something he needs to improve on. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap right there. You can see the pull and guard and center right there. You can see the down block. You can see the down block. 52 does such a good job. Oh my goodness, this is such a good job by 52 right there. This is perfect. This is great technique. For any of those watching at home wondering how to defend a down block and a pin and pull outside running scheme, basically blows this tight end back, doesn't get reached, forces it to bubble out, hits the offensive lineman. This is perfect technique. Now, Edgerrin Cooper right here, this is inexcusable. Right here, he tries to shoot through this gap. That's okay. He gets clipped and then falls on his face. Can't happen. You're basically relying on 52 to save your bacon right there. If this isn't such a good player, this is probably a touchdown, right? 52 is blocked. 63 on 21, 61 for the Seattle Seahawks on 29, and then it's a touchdown. No one's there. Edgerrin Cooper, this can't happen, right? Stay on your feet. If you're going to shoot this gap, you got to stay on your feet and make the tackle. If you're not going to be able to do that, you got to work horizontally. He's a playmaker. He is just a dynamic force on defense. But every once in a while, there are plays like this. He's got to clean this up to be more consistent, because if he does, he's a legitimate superstar in this league.
Yeah, Nick, can you talk about things that Cooper can clean up? He's done really good this season in a lot of different things, but I think if there's one thing that he could be more better at, I guess, is for lack of a better word, is consistency. I think he's been very good at a lot of times this year, but there are certain games. Well, let's roll the tape back maybe to the game versus Houston. That 34 PFF grade there. You go back to the game, the first game versus Minnesota, 41 PFF grade there. At times, he's been really good. I said it before, 4 games this season graded out overall above 80 PFF grades. Also 4 games this season that are below 50 PFF grades. So he's had really high highs, really low lows. I think if we see him be more consistent, I'm hoping coming back from injury, learned a lot of stuff, getting back. He knows the game a little bit better now. We're going to see a different Edgerrin Cooper, but that is the one thing he can work on for me, is being a little bit more consistent in his performances.
All right, let's end on a fun one here. This is the interception Edgerrin Cooper had here for this Green Bay Packers defense against Seattle. Cooper's all the way out here. He's off the screen. We'll go show him from a second from the wide copy. But he drops into coverage. And again, we're talking about playmaker here. Makes a good play on the football, interception, and good return. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see right there. Time to throw the football down the field. It's picked off by Cooper. Great read. Great job on the run back right here. Overall, nice play from 56. We'll see it really good from the wide copy right here. There you can see Cooper. Watch the trust Halfley has in him right there. Look at this depth. Look at this responsibility, right? This is basically a cover two stuff, right? You got your linebacker in the middle of the field. You got your two curl hook zones right there. Corners up, safeties back, right? Classic cover two kind of look right there defensively. Putting a lot of pressure on a rookie linebacker in space against a tight end, a nice veteran tight end right there for the Seattle Seahawks. This is trust, and I think this is something Edgerrin Cooper had to have shown in practice and, of course, has shown over the course of the season. This defensive coordinator trusts 56. We saw it last year a lot of times. Of course, Devondre Campbell, Packers fans know him very well, the issues he's had with the 49ers. Not a lot of trust with what he did with this Green Bay Packers defense in years past. Cooper brings a different element, and I think that's what gets me so excited about his future. He is a playmaker. He does it all, rushing the passer, playing the pass, run defense. Does have some things to clean up, but overall, his talent, his work ethic, and his overall energy has earned the respect of his coaches and teammates, and I think his career will only get better from here. He is a dynamic part of this Packers defense.